Some people in San Marcos say they are fed up with their water restrictions.
They say there's plenty of enough water to use to keep their lawns green. People on the other side are afraid those resources could be running out.
KXAN Sophia Beausoleil is in San Marcos, where there is a workshop underway right now.
It's a complicated and controversial topic, water. How much is left and how is it being used? That's why the city of San Marcos is having a conservation workshop, and you can take a look at the city chambers where it's a packed house because a lot of people are interested in this topic. City council members and people from the community are learning about the city's water usage because some want to see the ordinance change. Some argue that nearly all the city's usage comes from Canyon Lake and very little from Edwards Aquifer. People who want to see the city loosen the restrictions say everyone shouldn't be dinged for the restrictions at the Edwards Aquifer.
You know, when you drive through our city and people have landscaping in, we don't want to look at dead landscaping. It's a holistic approach to the beautification of San Marcos. If we're going to be leasing our water, that means we have enough water.
Carter Morris lives in San Marcos and spoke to City Council with his concerns back in December. He says he believes in conservation, but only when it's needed.
Do we want San Marcos to be a great, beautiful place? Of course we do. Do we want there to be water for our children and for our grandchildren and for our great-grandchildren? Of course we do. But let's get a clear and precise method of conservation that takes us to the next level.
People think we get our water from Canyon Lake, so no problem. There's plenty of water in Canyon Lake. Well, there is not plenty of water anywhere, and we are in the middle of a very long drought.
Diane Washnick is with the San Marcos River Foundation. She says the restrictions shouldn't be changed and that there is a threat of water shortage in the future. Tonight's workshop is all about education. There will be no voting or anything of that nature tonight, and nothing has been scheduled so far. Reporting in San Marcos, Sophia Beausoleil, KXAN News.
It is worth noting right now San Marcos has some of the toughest water restrictions in our area. It is facing stage 3 restrictions along with Pflugerville. That means you can only water once every other week. In comparison, cities like Austin are under stage 2 restrictions, and that means you can water once every week.
And David, some of the latest drought data showing things are improving here in Texas, but not as much as we'd like to see.
That's unfortunately true. Behind me here is a map of the latest soil moisture conditions across the state of Texas. That's just one measure of our ongoing drought. Now, as of this week, as you can see, 61% of the state is in some level of drought condition, and much of central Texas is currently under a moderate soil moisture drought. Now, behind me now is a look at our drought conditions this time last year. That was when 10% more of the state was under drought conditions. We should mention, though, that even though soil drought conditions have improved a bit over the past year, Lake Travis is actually several feet lower right now than it was at this time last winter.